This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, my name is Mary McCaskill, and thank you for browsing to this page today. This video serves as an introduction to a systems thinking class at UNC Greensboro for a case study for that class based on a project in Health Data Exchange. So a little bit about this case study. The goal is to use the analysis of a previous data quality project with the North Carolina Health Information Exchange, the previous iteration, to inform a second iteration of working with North Carolina clinicians to improve the quality of data that's sent to the HIE. The data is it's sort of a loop in that the data is sent from the primary care practice to the HIE, who then analyzes it and then sends it back to the physicians in the form of a dashboard and different measures to kind of guide the clinician and serve as a tool in improving and offering their cardiovascular management of their patients. And so it's really a valuable tool for them to have their data in a place that makes it actionable. And so that the goal of this is to take a look at a previous project in which that loop was set up so that we can kind of learn where it worked well and where it didn't. So this analysis will be guided by the Andreessen and Kotler organizational marketing planning process. That's in their book. And this model takes a target audience centered approach that focuses on analysis, strategy, and implementation of various tools such as a SWOT analysis, portfolio and campaign planning, along with evaluation metrics. This approach will hopefully produce a much better understanding of what went well and what needs to be improved. And, we'll find how we can improve that feedback loop, the different feedback loops between the NCHIE and the new version of the NCHIE North Carolina Health Connects and the primary care practices so that, we can learn lessons from what happened in the past. And so systems thinking overall is kind of the ability to understand the interconnectedness of the parts of a system and kind of preparing the parts to work as a whole to achieve a desired goal. And so for us, that goal is to use data in such a way that clinicians can use it to improve the cardiovascular health of their patients. And like we said, we're going to do that in this case study through the Andreessen and Kotler marketing model. And so take a moment to look at the page. It goes through the different components that we just talked about and is really specific to the project, the previous project, and then through the planning and strategy formation, then, really how we can improve things in the future. So some of the things that were learned from that is not to be a spoiler, please do look at the page, but, some of the lessons that were learned, the barriers, so the interoperability of health data in the United States and, a lot of other places right now is really, it's really a challenge for a lot of people. And so that was an external factor. There, regulatory factors and market forces that were external and really there was no way to mitigate those. Also, at the beginning of the project, I don't think we spent enough time sort of looking at the different organizational cultures. So we had recruiting goals, so the recruiters were focused on those goals. The practice facilitators, the coaches that went into the practices to help guide the practice in, using the data to improve care, then, they had the goal for that care improvement. And then all the programmers that were developing the dashboards that would kind of feed the data back to the clinicians, their goal was to produce a good and valid dashboard. And so the goals really, we never talked about how they were aligned and really how we could, put in feedback loops between all the different stakeholders so that we could stay in tune with each other and inform each other on what was going on. And also I think the careful measurement of key performance indicators so that we could keep an eye on what was going well and what we needed to change and drive improvement from that. So those were the lessons learned. I appreciate you again coming to this page and watching this video, and take a minute to scroll through the page and have a great day. Take care.
This conference will now be recorded.